Hello everybody, this is Pun and I'm back with a new video. Today I want to talk about this microphone. This is the PD400x. Now Maono is the company that sent me this microphone. It's a very interesting story behind this because this actually started out as a Kickstarter campaign that has now turned into a full retail project because the project on Kickstarter was so successful. And they've done some changes to this microphone compared to the Kickstarter microphone to make this even better based off the community feedback. I wanted to show you this microphone because I think it's very interesting based on its price and what it can do. And I think you will find it as a great budget option for a microphone that will take you a long way into your content creation career. So let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so let's talk about the PD400x here from Maono. Now, it is a cardioid dynamic broadcast style microphone, very similar to the Rode PodMic in both the way it sounds and its aesthetic. It looks just like it. I have the windscreen currently installed on it. Now, this windscreen, along with a USB cable and an XLR cable and this yoke here, and a desktop mounting system that comes with a really nice heavy weighted stand, all come with the PD400x along with software. Now this microphone is interesting because not only can you use it on your PC, but you can also plug it up to a tablet or any other mobile device, and the software you can download from the Apple Store and also from the Google Play Store, and you get the full functionality of the microphone on your mobile device too. So that's one of the things that I was wanting to point out that makes this microphone a very good option for a lot of people, and it really sounds good. Now currently I am running processed audio. I'll turn that off here in a second so you can listen to the unprocessed audio. I might have to adjust the gain a little bit, but other than that, I will run everything without any processing so you can hear what it sounds like. But I wanted to talk about it. Now you do have an XLR jack and a USB jack. You have a headphone monitor, so you can plug your headset up to it. You can also patch this into other softwares. Like I'm using this through Elgato Wavelink right now. You have to have compatible hardware, like I have the Stream Deck Plus to be able to run Wavelink to do this, but you can use this as a microphone in other softwares like that. It works great with OBS, as currently what I'm recording in. And yeah, pretty cool microphone. It does have a capacitive mute, a little touch mute right here that you can, turn on and off. You have gain control with this knob. You can press it down to change the function to a headphone volume for your monitor, or you can also press it again and then you get a mix function where you can control the mix of your mic monitor and the incoming audio that you are wanting to patch to your headphones. So yeah, really nice. So the microphone itself, I think is very well built. It's all metal, including the yoke. The only thing I think is plastic are these little tension knobs here, adjustment knobs here that you can use. But other than that, I mean, the microphone is nice. The branding is minimal. It has the Maono name on each side of the microphone and the logo on the little control knobs. You can tighten the yoke down on your mic arm. I'm using it on my low profile arm right now, and it does come with all the adapters necessary to fit it on the various mic arms that are available out there. Really neat. So now let's talk about the software, and we'll listen to the raw microphone as we're going through the software. And I think, again, I think this microphone, I really like it a lot. I've been using it now for quite a few months and been using it for live streaming and other content, and I fell in love with it. But let's now go and talk about the software itself. All right, so here is the software. This is called Maono Link, both the desktop version and the mobile version. And when you have the microphone hooked up here, it will show it, and then you can select it to get to the options where you can control it. All right, so let me turn this off. And make sure that I am not setting any of the options here. So I'm flat. There's the compression limiters all turned off. So you are hearing raw mic sound right now. The gain is actually pretty good, if not a little strong actually. So I will turn that down a little bit. See, check. There we go. So, yeah, so you can control headphone volume in Maono Link. You have your monitor mix here you can control. And these are the standard settings and you can use, and they actually work pretty well. So there's a bunch of different processing settings in here that they've got preset settings for your EQ, for your limiter, for your compressor, all right here. And you can go with a deep tone, a natural tone, or a bright tone. And you can also here, instead of going and manually setting the gain, you can go and set the gain based on whether you are near the mic or at mid, like I have set here. This would be near, mid, or far. You can see that it doesn't change it a whole lot, but the further away you go, the higher the gain is going to be. The closer you get to it, the less the gain is going to be. So I had it set to mid right there, and that's where I'll leave it at. But you can kind of hear this unprocessed audio now. Overall, really, the microphone itself sounds really good. But nice little app here that is eerily similar to Shure's MV7 software, if you look at that. You can also do your firmware upgrades here, or you can do a factory reset of Maono settings. Now, the great thing about all this is that all of the settings are saved on the microphone itself. So once you get it set here, then it will save it on the microphone, and then you can move the microphone around to other computers, and you should still have those settings there that you can use, which is really nice. So let's look at the advanced settings here. And here you can do, again, manual control of everything. You have EQ settings here, and they have some basic settings, like you have a flat here, you have a high pass here, then you have a presence boost for your mid, and then you have a combination of a high pass and a presence boost. It's very similar to how the Shure MV7, Shure SM7B have these available. You have gain control, which it currently says it's set to 100. You have limiter, which you can set so that you can have a wall in case you're speaking very loudly. That will keep you from clipping. You have a compressor here that you can activate, and then you can have very similar compression. Now, the way to get into the advanced settings for the compressor is to activate it and then click on the three dots. And this is where you get all of your settings for your compression, including your ratio, your attack and release times, your threshold. And then this is actually makeup gain. They call it maximum, but this is makeup gain. So yeah, this was how you would set your threshold, which, you're probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about a -21 to 23. Typical attack would be pretty fast for a vocal. And then for release, you want to be somewhere around 100 milliseconds to up to 200 milliseconds. And then, of course, your ratio anywhere from 3 to 4 to 1 will work great. And then you can set those, and now you have a compressor set for your microphone. Same thing for limiter. You can add that. You can click on that, and again, you can set limiter settings here, including attack and release, and the threshold that you want to set for the maximum decibels that you want to go before it starts compressing. So I would recommend between -1 and -3 dB. But let's turn those back off now so you can hear the raw microphone again. So that is the software in a nutshell. Again, this is exactly what you get on your mobile device also. It looks exactly the same. So when you plug up this microphone through USB, you could bring up the software, you could select this microphone and do all the same processing right there on your mobile device. This is the Maono Link software, pretty nice, and it's a nice feature set that goes along with this microphone to make it even sound better than it really is. All right, so now what I'll do is I'll compare this microphone to a couple other ones that I have, including the Rode PodMic, the Beacon mic, which is quite a bit more expensive than this one. This one retails right around the $150 mark. Sometimes you can find a little cheaper. Sometimes it may be a little bit more expensive. But around that mark, you do get this dual XLR USB broadcast style microphone. It comes with a nice software suite. And I think it's a pretty good buy due to the fact that you can use this not only on your desktop, but on a mobile device. But I'll do this comparison. Rode PodMic retails for around $99. I do not have the USB version of that. I just have the XLR version of that. But they generally, I think, sound pretty close to each other. But I'll do a little sound comparison between those two. And then I also do like the beacon mic, since it's also a dynamic broadcast style microphone. And you can kind of hear the difference between the two. I think you'll be really impressed with this though, when you get the comparison. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, so here is the beacon mic. I turned all of the processing off on this so you're hearing the raw beacon mic. So you can just kind of tell the difference in the sound here with the beacon mic. Now, I do have the gain up to give me the levels that you need to listen to this. Again, this is a broadcast style dynamic microphone. Also, it comes with a pretty robust software suite, including a mixer, AI, noise suppression, all this stuff. But this is also significantly more expensive than the Maono PD400x. But I wanted to give you another dynamic microphone, USB, microphone comparison, so you can hear the difference between the microphones. And you may or may not prefer this audio over the PD400x. You may think that the PD400x sounds better than the beacon mic. So now we're back on the PD400x. Now what I've done is I've actually taken the windscreen off of this so that you can kind of hear the plosives as I, use it, because one of the things that the screen does really well is it really knocks the plosives off, those P's and all of that. And you can eliminate that if you don't use the windscreen, but you want a little bit more of a brighter sound. You can just kind of talk off to the side, and that will help eliminate some of it too. But talking directly into it, I do notice that there are plosives there that can be pretty harsh. So you may want to consider this. And this also does, again, change the color of the microphone. As you're listening to it now, you can hear it's a little bit brighter. But if I put it on, you could tell that the microphone gets a little bit darker in sound. And of course, the plosives are now controlled. It does a really good job at that. So yeah, so now let's go ahead now. We'll compare this to the PodMic. All right, so here is the Rode PodMic. Now it is currently hooked up to the Wave XLR. Now, of course, the only way I could test it is to plug it into an XLR interface. But this is the Rode PodMic, and this is what it sounds like without its windscreen. Now, here is the windscreen that I originally bought for the PodMic when it came out. So now you can kind of hear what that sounds like with the windscreen on. Again, it helps with the plosives, and it does make the PodMic a little darker than the PD400x. So you can kind of hear what this sounds like now compared to PD400x. Now what I will do is I will disconnect this and connect the PD400x through XLR so you can kind of hear what it sounds like then going through the Wave XLR. Okay, so here is the PD400x in XLR mode. Again, you can hear it's running the exact same processing path, which is no processing going through the Wave XLR. So you can kind of hear it. And this is really a good true comparison between these two microphones. Again, the PodMic is around the $100 price range, but it has no additional software that comes with it. It's not a dual microphone like the PD400X is, and it has no controls on the microphone itself. Now, here is the windscreen, so you can hear the difference between the PodMic with the windscreen on versus the PD400X with the windscreen on. So both microphones, in my opinion, I think they sound very close to each other. Again, you may hear some subtle differences between the two. So if you listen to those and kind of determine which one you actually prefer. But again, I think the PD400X sounds really close to the PodMic. Also, I wanted to just show the windscreens real quick just to compare them. Now, this is the old windscreen here that I originally bought myself for the Rode PodMic when it came out. And you can see the difference there. And then this is the new one from Maono that you can see. They are, exactly the same in size, in thickness, and density of the foam itself. Exactly the same. A really nice microphone, I think, overall. Really impressive. And again, I have been using it for quite a long time. And guess what? I will continue using it because I really like it a lot. I think it's well built. Again, all solid metal construction. The buttons feel great. This knob is, pretty solid. Again, it's a multi-function knob, so you get to push it down, you get to rotate it. I like the muting function on here. I wish that the processing software that comes with it had a little bit more controls. Like, it's kind of difficult to determine your threshold what you should set your threshold to. So you got to kind of look at it in something like OBS and see where it's landing, and then you could set your threshold based on the number in OBS. But you can't tell that inside of the software, and if you're on your mobile device, you're really screwed because you don't have any way to really tell. So that's just something I wish they did, is they had a meter there that you could actually see your threshold and know, have a numerical value, so then you can, of course, slide the slider down to the threshold you need to set. That's really my only real complaint about this microphone, because even the cables and everything it comes with, they give you adequate length. So even for like a dual PC setup, you got plenty of length to run through a mic arm down to your PC, whether it's on the floor or up on your desk. The USB cable is the same way, and the USB cable's quality. This is USB-C, by the way, not a standard USB cable. It's a nice USB-C cable. Runs really well. The headphone amp in the back of it's actually really nice. It's very low noise. Even in USB mode, when you're using this, the preamp for the microphone itself is very low noise. So yeah, I mean, the XLR jack feels really good. The XLR cable that you get works really well. I mean, it's just overall great microphone. It really is. Maono has really hit a home run with this microphone, I think, because when you put everything together, including the fact that you can use this on mobile devices to record, IRL content on your mobile phone or on your tablet, or if you're out somewhere, you can pack this microphone up in a bag, you can use it, and you get nice quality professional sound. And you can use this microphone as one of those microphones that you can step up your content quality by, starting out as USB and then buying an interface later on and using this through XLR. There's all kinds of options that you get with this microphone, because you can grow with this microphone as you can afford nicer interfaces, nicer audio equipment. And this microphone is going to carry you a long way. Again, I think it sounds really good. Even raw, it sounds great. You add the processing to it, just makes it that much better. And you can make tons of content and have a nice quality sound for your live videos or live streaming. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. Again, Maono, thank you for sending me this microphone. It is really nice, and I'm sorry I was late on the review. This should have actually been out last month. With the move and everything going on, getting into the house and getting everything settled, it was just kind of the perfect storm. Listen, go out and give it a shot. Go to Maono's website. If you're in North America, you should be able to get this microphone very easily. It's also on Amazon. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and go out there and try this microphone. If you're looking for a new microphone, one that's going to last you a long time, one that's built well, solid, that's going to, hold up to, any kind of stress you're going to give it, definitely worth checking out. I think it's a great microphone, and pretty much all the reviews that I've heard pretty much say about the same thing, is they're pretty impressed with this microphone. Now, I think I'm one of the only reviewers out there that has done a retail review. Most of the reviews out there are for the Kickstarter version of this microphone, so I'm probably one of the first ones out there that have actually done a retail version review. So when you go buy your microphone on Amazon, or you go buy it on Maono's website, this is the microphone you're going to get, not the Kickstarter version. So anyway, everybody, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you later.